Hi, dear State of the Map participants. We from Trufi Association are very happy that we can present in the next 20 minutes how we remotely map the city of Nouakchott and how this generally can be done, for example, during a pandemic. My name is Christoph Hanser. I'm president of the Trufi Association, and we are specialized on paratransit or semi-formal transport as it exists mainly in development countries. This year, we had the challenge that we couldn't travel to a city that we had to map, and we will show now how this was possible remotely with a joint force of people from different places. I'm not here alone. With me is the project team that will also explain later what their task, their challenge was, where they are located, and they will do this in their own language. No worries, there are subtitles for English. So what is Trufi Association? We are a non-profit startup in the informal public transport sector. We started 3 years ago with a journey planner app, a multimodal one that had been created and released in Cochabamba, Bolivia. We founded our NGO 1 year later and published our code as open source. And since then, many other cities joined and we gained some publicity, which makes us very happy because our mission is to improve public transport worldwide. We think that people in development countries or wherever on the world should have the same options for public transport like we have them, for example, in my hometown Hamburg, where you can easily see what's now the best option to take. It's accurate, helpful, and that makes public transport attractive, and that's exactly what we want. We're a global team, but we really need local communities. And you're going to see this in this session because, yeah, we could have done nothing without local people or as well as regional people in the country nearby. And this mixture is, yeah, a really special thing about Trufi because people are spread all over the world and at the same time, the local communities really, really matter. But maybe first a second on what is informal transport at all. So we talk about transport that has no official stops, no schedules, no documented bus lines. Most agencies are private and not state or city governed. So a semi-formal transport then is if there's a mixture, for example, with formal transport, like the gondolas in La Paz and pirate bus taxis at the same time being combined. Of course, we do all this multimodal, that's in our genes, because we really want to put all different means of transport in our data platform and in our app. The expansion after going open source with Trufi app was to other cities like Accra, Duitama, Addis Abeba, Tetuan, Herrenberg. You will actually get to know today Leonardo, who brought Trufi app to Duitama, his hometown. And we have other pilots launched and are discussing with other cities about putting our journey planner there. What you can see as well in this slide is that the city of Herrenberg near Stuttgart also decided to use our journey planner. It makes us very proud that also German cities or European cities like Herrenberg and recently Hamburg are also using our app, because in the end, it's working for informal transport and we made it for that, but it's a multimodal journey planner. It combines all means of transport, whatever it is. And so this basically also meets the needs of modern platforms wherever they run. Just to complete the introduction, I would like to take about our products and our flagship product, the Trufi app. So that's what we do. We have also an app for drivers. We have a dashboard for cities, different tools. And what we generally do is customizing Trufi app to cities, regions, countries, and also training local people, collecting bus network, maintain the bus routes, actually also with user data from the app if they want. And what we did in the project we're going to talk now is not releasing an app that could be done later, but what we did in this project is doing the collection first. So what is Trufi app with the whole story began? It's an open source multimodal journey planner made for development countries. That means that it's supported by old smartphones and not the very new ones, but by everyone, by every smartphone. It's also working on Android and iOS because it's made in Flutter. It works with open data technology, with OpenStreetMap, of course, also other data sources if needed, and also with other open source tools like Open Trip Planner. It's also multilingual. So we have, for example, Amharic language in Addis Ababa or Quechua in Cochabamba. And as said, often enough, it's released under open source license AGPL. So you can also use it for your city, your region, and we're actually very happy if you do. Our project Nouakchott, we had a donor that wants to support the local government and wants to give consultancy to have a better public transport. Why? Because public transport is very important for health, for equality of people, because many people use public transport, poor people use public transport, middle class uses it, and it also attractive public transport prevents people from buying a car. So there are very good reasons to stabilizing public transport and making it more efficient. And that's exactly what our client wants to do in Nouakchott. Nouakchott is the capital of Mauritania. The necessary steps for to do this is to collect the bus routes, digitize, map it to OpenStreetMap, create a GTFS, which is a virtual schedule, and to take mapillary photos. And given that analysis can be done on the network, white spots can be found, and mapillary important intersections can be found. And this way also the bus route network can be optimized. Of course, in a later stage, Trufi app could be released, and then also real-time data could show what people search, where they go, where they have good results, bad results, and that would make analysis even easier. But that's not planned for right now. So what we were asked was to collect the data, and our typical approach would be to go there, do community building, OSM mapping, release the app, public transport planning, enable public transport planning. But in this case, the client asked us for community building and OSM mapping, and that was not possible due the pandemic. So we actually really already had talked with our friends, Le Libre Geographes. They would have been ready to travel there, do the community building and collecting the data, teaching people how to map as well bus lines, public transport, but as said, that was not possible. And the client also didn't wait until the whole situation would change. So what we proposed then afterwards was to remote map Nouakchott. In the middle of the map, you can see a green country. That's Mauritania. It's yeah, it's it's a not very well-known country for many people. It's in West Africa, and to be honest, it was also not known to me beforehand. So we definitely knew we have to have a regional project manager that could coordinate the team. And we had been really happy that Jeremy was willing to recruit locals, guide them, teach them so that they could do the data collection. The data collectors, of course, were from Mauritania, so they went into the buses, they GPS tracked their positions, but that's what they're gonna tell in a second as well by their own. We then had two people in South America, two very good colleagues that had been with Trufi for a long time already. Luz, that had been with Trufi since minute zero, because we began with her in Cochabamba, or she began with us in Cochabamba. She was the one that used the GPS and put it to OpenStreetMap. And Leo, who's also with OpenStreetMap for a long time and has much experience with GTFS and Mapillary, he was the instructor to do both, and also to fine-tune wherever possible. The whole project was led by our international project manager, Sarah. She should be here right now, but she's on holidays. So I step in for her. And we had the wonderful background support from Søren, who was helping here and there and everywhere. So that was the team spread over 3 different continents, and that was doing then the mapping with local collection and the remote mapping. But let's hear from the different people what exactly was their task and also what the challenges was. Please start, Feta.
فتاح محمد المختار من خريطة الشارع المفتوح موريتانيا. كانت مهمتي تتمثل في إدارة الفريق المحلي لجمع البيانات في نواكشوط. عملت أنا وأعضاء فريقي لمدة 16 يوما من 22 مارس إلى غاية 8 إبريل على رسم طرق النقل العام للحافلات التابعة لشركة STP، وكذلك الحافلات الصغيرة وسيارات الأجرة. كانت نتيجة عمل هذه المرحلة هو رسم خريطة متكاملة لخطوط النقل العام لمدينة نواكشوط بأكملها، والتي سيكون لها الأثر الكبير في حل مشكلة النقل العام وتوجيه تدفق السيارات. لتنفيذ عملية رسم الخرائط استخدم الفريق المحلي أدوات بسيطة جدا: هاتف ذكي مزود بكاميرا ونظام تحديد المواقع العالمي GPS. تم جمع الصور والبيانات بدون اتصال بالإنترنت باستخدام تطبيق OSM Tracker للهواتف الذكية التي تعمل نظام الأندرويد، ثم تحميلها بعد ذلك على موقع OpenStreetMap كمسارات GPS. أثناء رسم الخرائط يتم تسجيل جميع النقاط المهمة لكل مسار، مثل المستشفيات، المدارس، الجامعات والإدارات العامة وغيرها، مما يجعل من الممكن زيادة حجم البيانات التي يتم جمعها في كل مسار. في المرحلة الثانية عمل أعضاء الفريق على تصوير الشوارع الرسمية في المدينة من خلال تطبيق موبيلاري. كان التحدي الذي يواجهنا هو تضييق الوقت ومستوى الجهد المطلوب توفره في البيانات، وهو ما لن يكون سوى بكثير من الجهد والعمل الجاد.
Thanks a lot, Feta. Let's go next to Luz. So please explain us how you do the whole mapping to OpenStreetMap.
Hola, mi nombre es Luz Choque, soy de la ciudad de Cochabamba, Bolivia. Soy parte de Trufi desde su inicio y he colaborado con la recolección de rutas y la digitalización en mi ciudad. En este proyecto también estuve a cargo de la digitalización de las rutas que fueron recolectadas por el equipo local. Estos datos fueron cargados a OpenStreetMap de acuerdo a estándares definidos por la comunidad. Para subir las rutas utilicé específicamente JOSM, donde implementamos nuestro propio preset para personalizar la configuración según nuestros requerimientos. Entonces, pude tomar las trazas recolectadas en GPS y pude realizar las relaciones para subir las rutas. También utilizamos las fotos de Mapillary para subir los puntos de interés y contribuir con la mayor cantidad de datos en el mapa. Así es como resultado se tiene 1998 puntos agregados y 124 rutas agregadas a OSM. Personalmente, mi mayor reto en un inicio fue la diferencia de lenguaje entre el español y el árabe. Sin embargo, pudimos sobrellevarlo realizando la comunicación a través de un formulario, donde yo solicitaba la información que requería y el equipo local lo completaba. Gracias.
Thanks, Luz. That was really interesting. So Leo, would you please go next and tell how you created the GTFS?
Gracias, Christoph. Hola a todos, mi nombre es Leonardo Gutiérrez, soy de Duitama, Colombia, y he contribuido al mapa de OpenStreetMap desde el año 2008. Fundé la asociación Rumbo Digital, que es el socio local de Trufi en Colombia, y soy profesor en el Colegio Salesiano de Duitama, donde enseño OpenStreetMap a niños y a jóvenes. Con ellos implementamos la Trufi App aquí en Duitama, en nuestra ciudad. Provengo además de una familia fabricante de autobuses y hoy orgullosamente contribuyo a las labores de Trufi en todo el mundo. En Nouakchott fui responsable de 3 tareas. La primera fue crear la metodología de adquisición de datos en campo. Esto consistió principalmente en organizar las trazas GPS de las rutas de transporte de la ciudad, que fueron la base para construir las relaciones en OpenStreetMap. Posteriormente trabajé también en la revisión de estos datos dentro de OpenStreetMap. Fui responsable además de la generación de los archivos GTFS, que son los archivos que modelan un sistema de transporte público y son el estándar ahora. Nuestros archivos obviamente se generan usando OpenStreetMap y para ello utilicé algunos programas creados por los desarrolladores de Trufi, que extraen la información de OpenStreetMap y la escriben en archivos GTFS. Finalmente trabajé en la coordinación de la toma de fotografías a nivel de calle, usando Mapillary. Para el uso del equipo local, calculé una ruta optimizada utilizando el algoritmo conocido como cartero chino para optimizar sus recorridos. Desafíos, Christoph, sí tuvimos varios. Uno de ellos fue el idioma con el equipo local. Tuvimos varias reuniones usando únicamente traductores árabe-español, español-árabe, y contra todo pronóstico pudimos coordinarnos muy bien con ellos y salió todo muy bien. A nivel técnico, el principal desafío en todos los aspectos fue la calidad de los datos. Varias veces tuvimos que repetir recorridos para obtener mejores trazas o mejores fotografías, y fue duro tener que pedirle al equipo local que repitiera un recorrido, sobre todo pensando que es en el desierto. Gracias, Christoph.
Thank you very much. And now, Jeremy. So, what about you, and how did you manage this international project, and what challenges did you have?
Bonjour, je m'appelle Jérémy Peralès, je suis français et cofondateur de la startup Dabago. Dabago est une startup marocaine qui développe des applications de calcul d'itinéraire pour les villes en développement et nous sommes aussi partenaire régional de Trufi depuis un peu plus de 2 ans maintenant. Ce projet de mapping local avait besoin d'un chef de projet régional qui connaisse la culture et des personnes directement sur place. Mon rôle était donc de gérer la relation entre les différents acteurs, que ce soit en termes de recrutement, formation, partenariat, et trouver des solutions en cas de problématique. À la fin, j'étais aussi en charge de la qualité et l'exhaustivité des données collectées, que ce soit sur OSM ou Mapillary. Mes principaux challenges ont donc été de gérer la multitude d'acteurs, sachant que Nouakchott a énormément évolué cette dernière année, et aussi le fait que nous étions en distanciel, rendant beaucoup plus complexe le recrutement, la formation et la recherche de solutions, notamment pour le Wi-Fi ou pour les moyens de déplacement.
Thank you very much for all these explanations on how the team did their job, and you see that many different things just play together to remote map a city. We had local partners that we are really happy that they helped us, that they invested in the project, and that they made contacts possible, networks possible, and supported the project, like the World Bank, Dabago, the region of Nouakchott, the French Embassy, OSM Mauritania, and also the Union National of Mauritania. As a summary, I would say that to our surprise, it went very, very good to do a local collection and remote mapping. So the results were much better, to be honest, than we expected. However, that comes with a cost. So what we usually love about mapping projects is the community building, that when we leave, there are people that really know then how to do OSM mapping, public transport mapping, and keep it live in the long run. That just luckily went very well because Le Libre Géographe had been instructed people last year, and so we didn't start with nothing. And on the plus side, we had been really happy that there was no necessity to fly there. I mean, as an NGO working in public transport, we are really about saving CO2. So it was happy to really do this in this case as well. So as summary, I would say that remote mapping works very well. It's just important that there's technical knowledge and in best case, OSM skills, because then you don't lose the negative part of not having built the community that much. So as Trufi, we are now ready to remote map the next city, and please contact us if you want to map your city, if you know people that could arrange that, or if you're just interested to follow up on the topic. Thank you very much for listening. We are interested in your questions. Thank you especially for the help of you, Luz, Leonardo, Jeremy, Feta. And on the right side of this page, you find also the email addresses of the different people. So feel free to contact us. Thank you very much. Looking forward to your questions.